Hello. Good times to you. Here it's good morning, or for me a late morning. This might be the beginning of a series of my own interpretations of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And it seems that we will begin where most people begin, in the beginning. I cannot guarantee that along this journey I won't jump to different places. In the introduction of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and I will witness as much as you do, what is actually happening. Are you ready? So visually we started with this screen. Acoustically already there are many sounds out there. Shall we start again, okay? When we hit the 2 minutes mark. Okay? We'll start again. We'll give it perhaps 30 seconds for a new fresh beginning. Ready? I don't know meditation. I'm bringing you this kind of under the umbrella of I don't know meditation, where as I experienced it all leads, so evolutes and involutes back to actually, I don't know, yeah. After all these years of practicing and studying yoga, after all these years of practicing vipassana, after all these years of following human design, after all these years of following I don't know meditation, and here I'm gonna present the partially the yoga layer, the philosophical one, vijnana, the knowledge, the mental knowledge, mental discernment, and also how it supported me on my journey on different levels, as I was not so much satisfied or pleased with how it was interpreted, the Yoga Sutras, and presented to me when I studied a yoga teacher training. And I went through different teachers. The problems, if at all, were not because of the teachers or the words or the interpretation. And it takes time to realize that. It's really how this information meets me, how it meets you at the specific moment. And now I put it kind of all together under I don't know meditation, and offering a simple practice as well, a simple practice to land back in the embracing scary arms of not knowing. You see what you see in the screen, right? you interpret what you interpret. Before I bring you my interpretation to what's now on the screen, around now 5 minutes, I've gone. Are you ready when we're gonna hit the 5:30 mark? You're gonna just take in what you take in. Ready? Okay, so no one actually disturbed, so-called, your interpretation. Yeah? We're gonna move, as it seems, through more sharpened interpretations, and you're gonna realize exactly what you're meant to realize, to see. And yes, we will go through the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. We are going through them. Now, since here I'm not offering this yet as a bi-directional interaction, that you can just now say what you see. Actually, some images here are already clear, right? This is related to the first chapter of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, to the first sutra, if you already know it. I could so-called make it easy for you and start with the English interpretation to the Sanskrit interpretation of the experience of all this lineage up to a digested lingual version of that sutra. We will go there. My aunt, actually, the sister of my father, of my late father, she gave me, she shared with me very nice lyrics. They're in Hebrew, and when they're translated to English, they lose a bit of their playfulness. It goes like this. קו ועיגול יצאו לטיול, השמיים הם הגבול. קו ועיגול יצאו לטיול, השמיים הם הגבול. Now you may have an advantage if you don't speak, or actually hear and interpret. We call it speaking. If you're not listening in Hebrew, you can invent anything. You can invent anything or everything, even if you do listen in English. Are you trying that? Okay. The translation is of קו ועיגול יצאו לטיול, השמיים הם הגבול, line and circle went on a journey, the sky are the limit. I'm making it even skies plural. Okay. Line and circle went on a journey, the sky are the limit. Or if you would like to say it, sky is the limit. I'm gonna connect to this slide soon, yes? different image comes now, right? The mind operates differently and the brain digests more information now, right? Completes more information. Easier to digest, more limiting. Again, we are still in the first sutra of Patanjali. Can you read it out loud to yourselves? Okay, when we're gonna hit the 11-minute mark, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Do you want more? To read out loud what you see. Okay, until the 12-minute mark. So first we have to be taught to read this black over white. And then it's part of our habit to be able to interpret it. Maybe you read this N, W, dual, Tai. Did you read it like this? Maybe north, west, dual, Tai. Maybe you read it out loud now, duality, the digested version. Is this what you see on the screen? Is it what you completed by yourself through your own mind? Now the mind completes many, many more aspects like this. Yes? Do you really interpret reality as you see? Do you really interpret what you see? Are you really aware of what you see? There are many, many visual games like that. Yeah. Now, duality. And it takes time in this so-called unlearning or the involutionary process when we learned actually how to read these things we see or to interpret them. It doesn't have to be language directly like this in the letters. It can be object we see. Now duality or duality now. This is the first sutra of Patanjali. Samādhi-Pāda. One translation is on enlightenment. the chapter that describes Samadhi, this path towards what the yogis or in India brought this term to, the enlightenment. We're going to reach to the later stages of Kaivalya, but we're going to see if we're going to reach there. Samādhi-Pāda, in the first sutra, in the first chapter, atha, yoga-anuśāsanam. Yeah. Now duality. Duality now. Welcome, 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 yoga. Welcome, duality. Yes. Where actually also duality so-called merges and disappears, and it's only us that separate between objects. Two translations, two different ones I'm bringing to you. One is Yoga in the Here and Now, an introduction to the study and practice of yoga. And another one, which is more common, which I have been using for several years, from BKS Iyengar, with prayers for divine blessings, now begins an exposition of the sacred art of yoga. And you've got your own interpretation now, as you see the interpretation on the screen. Now duality, do you see? If you don't understand or realize it, you might put the blame on the speaker, the teacher, the interpreter. But it's all in your mind. That's the funny thing with duality, to look outside and inside, outside and inside. So this was the first introduction of the first sutra of Patanjali in the first chapter in Samādhi-Pāda, atha, yoga-anuśāsanam. And it's also beautiful for me to take in the language when I don't understand it or don't have a clue about it. You might know all this, I don't know, and the meanings and meditation, and already a limited version of this thing. But I bring you this through the umbrella of I don't know meditation. And this might be again yet another journey on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali in this now duality now. By Mr. I Don't Know. I'm broadcasting this to you. This is the website. Maybe there'll be more information, maybe less. Website keeps changing. The email, why@I don't know you. Why? I don't know you. Yeah, shall we finish until the 20-minute mark?